What if I told you that I saw ACOS about 1 or 2% and $700,000 in sales, and that was wasted ad spend? Really? That and more in these 5 lies about ACOS in Amazon advertising. Let's go. Lie number 1, a low ACOS is always good. You see this a lot from gurus on YouTube saying, hey, check out my strategy for getting low ACOS sales, showing a screenshot they got 2%, 3% ACOS and $1,000, $2,000 in sales. That's great, it's nice. You can maybe add that as an arrow in your quiver, but you're not going to scale your sales and grow if you're counting on making sales at that level, unless your product prices are, way up there, $10,000, something like that. But again, how many of those units are you going to sell on Amazon? Not a whole lot. So what it means really, what they're lying is they're saying, oh, this, is a way to grow your business, but really that low ACOS comes at the expense of market share, which in advertising terms is called impression share, the percentage of available impressions or times your ad could be shown that you get, the share that you get from that. And so that low ACOS really means you're just getting the tiniest amount of sales possible, because Amazon is really showing your competitors most of the time. So that's a strategy for low ACOS ads and for stunting your brand's growth. Lie number 2, there's a magical good ACOS, and it is 30%. It's 32%. It's 25%. Whatever the number is, it's wrong. There's no magical good ACOS. A good ACOS depends on your industry. First of all, it depends on your own pricing strategy and your positioning in the market. Are you a premium brand, middle of the road, cheapo? There's a lot of other factors as well. Are you launching? Is it a new product? Is it a variation? And so on, right? I'll give you an example. A large nutraceutical contacted us about working together, and they said their ACOS target was 100%, right? This is like really well-known company, 9 figures annual business, or I think over $1 billion, and probably got their pills at home. The point is, they're willing to completely pay the entire revenue of that first bottle of pills to Amazon, even though obviously they have a cost of goods sold beyond what they're paying in advertising fees, because they're profitable on the repeat orders that come from that. It depends on the industry and the nature of what you're selling. Lie number 3, a sponsored display views retargeting provides amazing value. You should totally double down on that. This is a big lie. Okay, I saw an account that I work with, another agency, decide they were going to work on this particular part. They got the owner to agree, and they started running views retargeting CPM ads with sponsored display. What that means is, instead of counting sales based on your ad being clicked, they counted sales based on the ad being viewed, which means that a whole lot more sales come because they're counting basically organic sales. Your ads get shown to a whole bunch of people who don't react, right? There's all this marketing junk about, oh, your ad needs to be shown so many times to make an impression, but that's junk, right? If people click, then they can convert. If they don't click, don't get that value. The point is, we saw that even though suddenly there was $700,000 in sales that came out of nowhere from like 0 to 700 in 2 months. If you look at the business reports, the sales didn't increase by that amount. The sales were up by like a few $100,000, but that was in November. It's a big joke, right? Because you're seeing these increased sales numbers and you think, wow, this is fantastic, but really they're just taking credit for your organic sales. So that 2% spend, really wasted ad spend. Line number 4, forget ACOS. ACOS doesn't matter. TACOS or tacos is what matters. Why is this a lie? So the logic is reasonable, right? People say, hey, I'm advertising in order to rank organically. If I rank organically, that gets organic sales. I should take that into account when calculating the return on my ad spend. What's the problem with that? That most of the time, when you do this, you either don't see sufficient or any increased organic sales in order to pay off for the ad expense. So for example, another account, I saw that an agency that was working on their sponsored products, we were working on their sponsored brands, they ran up 86% ACOS when product's margin was about 16-17%. So in order for the organic side to pay for the PPC, you would have to make about 4 or 5 times more sales from getting, the bestseller badge or whatever. But what happens if you don't hit that #1 spot, right? What happens if you don't get that bestseller badge, right? And if you get that bestseller badge, are you necessarily going to get 4 times more sales? Depends how saturated the market is, depends how much more sales are available and how your competitors are priced. It's not necessarily going to be the case. Line number 5, and this is maybe the biggest one, knowing your ACOS means knowing your profitability. Right? People think, well, my product's gross margin is 30%, therefore I can afford to spend 30% on my ACOS. Why is this a lie? And this is very important because if you're using profitability software, your profitability software is probably lying to you. Why is it lying to you? Because the way that Amazon calculates ACOS is not just when you advertise product A and you sell product A. If you advertise product A and you also sell product B, that's also counted in terms of the sales generated by your ad, right? If this ad generated a click and then they browsed to your store or they, saw your A+ content, comparison chart or whatever else, and they ended up over here, they made this purchase, this ad gets credit for the sale. What's the problem with that? This has 30% margin, this has 20% margin, so you're targeting 30% ACOS, want to just break even and push organic? Okay, fine, that's a plausible strategy. But how does that 30% ACOS look when you sold a product with 20% margin? That's a pretty big problem. I've got a link over here to a video that explains exactly how to calculate your real profitability, including from sponsored brands. It used to be impossible because Amazon didn't provide you all the data you needed for sponsored brands. I tell you what report you need, okay, and how to calculate it. It's really simple. It's actually a short video over here. And you probably want to also check out other videos in the channel. We've got stuff on targeting, finding the right keywords, the right ASINs to target, which are the best ASINs to target, what kind of campaign structure. Should you have multiple keywords per campaign, just one keyword per campaign? Talking about ad creatives, how do you write the best headline? What are some lies, right? What about Amazon sharing fake ACOS numbers? So that's also something you can check out over here. There should be a link right here in the video, maybe also in the description below. And this is really possible because subscribers encourage us to keep making these videos. And if you want to learn more about Amazon sponsored products and sponsored brands and the most advanced strategies, I encourage you to subscribe so that you don't miss when we publish probably the next set of these live videos from your Amazon ads and from other gurus that are promoting not entirely truthful ideas on how to manage your Amazon PPC and what strategies you should pursue in your Amazon ad campaigns. So I'm David Goldenberg from 11 Ads for Brands. Give us a like if this was helpful for you, and subscribe to the channel.